Welcome back to another episode of Baxter's Buzz. I am Baxter E. Hall. Thank you for checking me out. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to my frequency. Enter at your own risk. Today, I have one of my good friends with me, the founder of EMG Group,
Erika Monae
Erika
Group.
Monae.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Thank you.
hello.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to see you.
It is good to see you too.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
love the you're allowing me to join you on your frequency. Like this is amazing. I already
Well,
told you I love Baxter's Buzz. Like it's just great to me. So
yeah, well, thank you, and I appreciate you spending some time with me as well. Um, Today I was thinking about gumbo, thinking about success gumbo to be specific, right?
success
So,
gumbo. Who gave you
yeah,
this recipe?
well, I'm still working on it. So, but you're gonna
Okay.
you're gonna help me. So,
Okay.
imagine like a potluck, but everybody's being bringing one ingredient, and we're gonna make this gumbo, right?
Okay.
So, um, as it relates to you personally, what ingredient, what component, what would you bring, what characteristic, what would you bring to this table to contribute to this success gumbo, if you will? Something that you may possess, something that you are working on, or something that you recognize in others that you feel like is super duper important. You only got one ingredient though, so make it good.
Mm, it's easy. It's authenticity.
Mm,
That's the ingredient. It's not the secret sauce, but it's kind of the secret, but it's not the secret. Authenticity, I would say, would be the main ingredient to bring to the recipe of the shrimp. Said shrimp success gumbo. Look at me, I'm already focused on lunch, like shrimp gumbo. But success gumbo, I would say authenticity, and I say authenticity because nobody else can be you.
hmm
And when it comes to success, there isn't a cookie cutter um, definition or look to success. Each individual define what success is for them.
Yeah.
And the way to do that, you have to be authentic. You have to stand in your truth and know who you are and who you are not. So
Mm.
I think that is really key when it comes to success.
Yeah. I love that because many times, and I'm speaking from myself, being a black man in like these corporate settings, um, we will try to sort of emulate our visions of like what a successful person does, right? In a sales role, you know, you're sitting in these cubicles, you're hearing everyone sort of talk, and you're hearing how they pitch and how they present solutions or whatever. You're not only listening to the words that they use, but you're listening to tone and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And imagine being successful in that realm, emulating someone where maybe it took you, let's say 3 years to be successful in a role, 2 years. Imagine being your authentic self and cutting that time in half because we're actually making it more difficult for ourselves when we aren't being ourselves because not only do we have to learn this new uh, industry, this new corporate setting, but then we also have to learn how to be someone that we're not. Like adding more stress to ourselves as opposed to um, just soaking it in as us. Right? It's
Hmm.
much easier to be yourself,
It is.
and not have to put that mask on every day. Right?
Yeah. So I would challenge you to bring to the gumbo of success is a safe environment where people feel like they can be creative, be innovative, be themselves.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when we do that, it's not only to say, like, okay, this is what I have to emulate because this is the person that's teaching me or is most successful here. It's oftentimes because we don't feel safe enough to be ourselves, so we have to kind of blend in some way to really, I mean, not really be a target. Because oftentimes when you're yourself, it's like, well, who is this person who's being so different? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't want to stand out. and being different in those sort of ways, but you want to stand out by seeing what they define as success, what they define as you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And so it's really challenging. So I would challenge somebody else to bring that to the gumbo, because I think that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. I think that the other thing is for me, it's the diligence piece, right? And I'm looking at things from more so what I've experienced. And that's something I've also struggled with, is like that consistent sort of effort, right? That sort of that structure that goes into, okay, today I'm going to do these 3 things, or I'm going to make sure that these, 7 things are accomplished, right? I'm a little bit more freedom. I want to freestyle some things. I don't want to always have an outline because I don't like the restriction of it. But what I realize is that it really benefits me when I sort of accept it and lean into those boundaries. There's still so much you can do within the lines, and sometimes even more, because you do have sort of a place to start. Creatively, sometimes you don't know where to start, but if you have some parameters, and maybe it can kind of get you along a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit more quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
As it relates to the HR world, you and your workshops, your coaching, your consulting piece, if you would share with me something that may be going on as it relates to human resources, things that you're hearing, things that you're experiencing, some of your clients may be dealing with. Yeah.
Right now, I think some of my clients are seeing like abrupt changes, like they have to move so quickly. And some of them are for good reasons. I mean, business is increasing, recognition, attention to the organization. I'm working with some nonprofits, and things are really moving in a good direction. But now it's like, how do I do this so quickly? And so that is a challenge to move and pivot so quickly, in which this is a very familiar thing for especially human resources, because we had to pivot and move very quickly to go to a remote, virtual type of situation with our entire workforce. So now it's just tweaking things as we go. But a lot of my clients are, seeing different movement in that regard, because they had to move different, just like everybody else. So
Yeah. If I know anything about working with HR for as long as I have, is that uh, you know, on the fly, ad-libbing on the fly is just part of the game, right?
mhm.
Yeah. So
it,
shout
it
out.
is, it's kind of part of the game. You're right. It's kind of
Yeah.
part of the game.
So shout out to our HR professionals. Keep, hang in there. Uh, Things will get better. It won't ever slow down for you. But what fun would that be?
Wouldn't be fun at all. That's why we do what we do.
Right. So, Erika, thank you for joining me.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
everyone
having
for
me.
checking us out. If any comments, please share, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And until next time, peace.